folks, I'm PK, the soccer guy. I'm back here again, this time to talk about Group G and Group H of the 2018 World Cup in Russia that will start next week. So, in Group G, we have Belgium, Panama, Tunisia, and England. And I would say Belgium has a very, very strong team. They returned some players that are amazing, like Eden Hazard, like Kevin De Bruyne, which is a player that I'm very, very fond of. Lukaku up front, Axel Hummels, Fellaini is back. He's going to be in the as a reserve, but he's back again. It's a very, very strong team. I strongly believe that the Belgian team will do quite well and will just qualify in this group of flying colors. We must remember that some people criticize the Belgian team for not reaching the semifinal in the last World Cup, but we got to remember that they played better than Argentina in the quarterfinals, and they should have reached the semifinal, which is already a very honorable position. I think this time they're probably going to reach the quarterfinal again. After that, of course, they'll probably play against Brazil. They're going to have a tough time there, but I think this group phase, they will qualify and march through the next phase. They're going to play against Panama in their opening game, and we got to remember the Panamanian team has lots of players who are older than 37, 38 years old. So I don't think they're going to go. They're not going to do anything in this World Cup, and I can predict that they're going to be massacred by Belgium in the opening match. Just for you to have an idea, the best player is Paris, who is 37 years old. Blas Paris, 37-year-olds. They have other players like Baloy and Torres, who play as the defense, like the striker and the sweeper. Baloy played in Brazil in 2002. He's 38 years old. He's a very heavy player. Torres is also a very heavy player. The goalie is 37, Pinedo. I don't think they're going to do much. They should not even qualify. They should have not even qualified for the World Cup. What happened, that American disaster that didn't qualify, probably due to some political arrangement. But Panama should not be here, and I think they're candidate to suffer tremendous losses in this World Cup. The Tunisian team, it kind of reminds me a lot of the 1978 Tunisian team when they had a very good goalie in Naili and a great player in El Oer and Lazami Tamina. They did really well. They beat Mexico. They tied with Germany, and they lost to Poland in 1-0 in a match they should have not lost, and they would probably have qualified if they didn't. This team is similar to that one. They have an excellent goalie, Matlati. They had a very good player, Mikazani, who's not going to be there. He's suffering injuries. He's not going to be there. But they still have Wabi Kazri, which is a little chubby player, number 10, who's very good, and Aim Salitika. So it's a good team. It's a team that we cannot expect much because they're going to have to play their opening match against a very traditional English team. What can we expect about the English team? Just about the same old English team. They have three defenders, very tall up there. They have Kane, a center forward, number 9, who was a good player, probably one of the best players on the team. The only difference that this English team brings is Dele Ali, the number 10, who is a very skillful player, a player that makes things happen, the playmaker of the team. They don't have a center midfielder that is very creative, but they play that old traditional English soccer. But I think they're going to pass over Tunisia, and of course they're going to beat Panama and qualify as second place. I think they're not able to beat. Belgium has a stronger team. They're going to play the final last match, and even if they tie against Tunisia, which is something that can happen, because as I said before, the goalie in Tunisia is quite good, and the English team is not that big of a deal. So if we have a tie, have a draw in that match, England still has a chance to tie against Belgium that will be already qualified and then march on to the second phase, as I think it's going to happen. So I think we're going to go with Belgium and England. And the other group, Group G, is for me is the group of death, because the 4 teams are very, very even. We have the Polish team that is coming up with a pretty decent team, back to the World Cup. They have a good goalie, it's Zani. They have a good midfielder, Kurosawa, who moves a lot. He's kind of a bald guy. He's the engine of the team. He moves all the time. He's everywhere in the field. They have Lewandowski, the handsome number 9, the center forward of the team. Too much media behind him. He's not that much of a great player. He's a good player, a good striker. But of course, Blaszczykowski is probably the best player on the team. This guy is 32 years old, strong player, plays on the right side, offensive player. This guy has seen the Curious Creek as a curiosity. He has seen his father kill his mother when he was 10 years old, suffered tremendous trauma, almost quit soccer at the time, grew up raised by his grandparents. But this is a very good player, probably the best player on the Polish team. The Colombian team, I think we're going to have a little bit of a disappointment with the Colombian team. We must remember the Colombia played very well in the last World Cup, and they finally lost to Brazil in the quarterfinals. And I actually predicted, I said the Colombian team was quite strong at the time, but they lost Pablo Armero, they lost Pablo Zúñiga back the defense side. David Ospina, the goalie, is no longer the same. And the best players, James Rodriguez and Juan Guillermo Cuadrado, which are very good players, but everybody knows already about them. So people are going to watch for them. Yes, they have Falcao Correa coming up. He was supposed to play last World Cup. He's a striker. He's going to play this time. But I think the Colombian team is going to disappoint us a little bit. It's a good team. Same quality of Senegal, same quality of Poland. But I think they're going to be slightly disappointed. Senegal comes with a very strong team, very physical team. An excellent player, number 10, Sadio Mané. And a good player in Balda Kita. They play together up front. They're a very dangerous player. The rest of the team supports them quite well. And Japan has a very fast team. They have Nagamoto, who's a defensive player who always supports the forward. There's a team that plays very happy soccer, very forward soccer. They don't defend very strongly, but they attack all the time. They have good players like Okazaki and Kagawa, who are well known to play in the English league. And they have Kazuki Honda, which is probably the best player of the team. So Japan is pretty good. So I think we have 4 teams. They're very even. Anything can happen. If I'm going to choose 2 teams among the 4, I would say I would go with Poland and Senegal, although anything can happen in this group. So as far as Group G and Group H, that's all I have to say. I'll go with Belgium and England, go with Poland and Senegal. And tomorrow, next week I'm going to start talking about the games, the opening games, and I will see you next time.